I need to share this with somebody. So I am doing a Bible plan this morning on the YouVersion Bible app. And one of the scriptures in that plan is Hebrews 12, 1 through 3. And my YouVersion app is already set to the NIV version. And so it reads like this. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race that's marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and he sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. So from my experience, I already knew that at the beginning, verse 1, such a great cloud of witnesses. That in Hebrews, they list a whole bunch of people from the Old Testament that went through things and that are there to teach us how to go through things. So they're saying, since you have all these people that we have to teach us, that we can learn from their experiences, then let us get rid of all the things that hinders. The word hinder stood out to me when I started reading this. And it's all the things that kind of get in the way. It hinders us from doing something. It hinders us from making something. It hinders us from saying something. So it's saying, throw those things off. And so that just kind of got with me this morning. So what I did was I went and I compared that to other versions. Like I told you guys before, I like to use the easy version to kind of bring it all together for me. And the easy version says this. So we have learned about many people who trusted God. They are like a very big crowd all around us to show us what is right. We must be like people who run in a race. We must throw away everything that stops us from running well. We must throw away everything that stops us from running well. That hit different this morning. The hindering hit different this morning. So now I'm seeing the things that get in the way of my race to eternal life with Jesus Christ in a very practical way. Just something to think about. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this set of scriptures so you can get the full picture. And so we must throw away everything that stops us from running well. The sins that we do make us fall down very easily. You see how easy that makes us? The other version said the sin that so easily entangles us. This one says the sins that we do make us fall down very easily. But we must not let those sins rule us. We must continue to be strong as we run the race that God has prepared for us. Now, as we run, we must always look toward Jesus. He is the one who trusted God completely. That's where it says he is the pioneer and the perfecter of our faith. Our faith starts with him, and he will help us to trust God all the way to the end. Jesus accepted punishment on the cross. He chose to receive much pain. He did not think about being ashamed to die like that because he knew that God had prepared something very good for him that would make him happy. So that made me think about the trials that we go through. We can manage them. We can get through them. If Jesus had to go through the excruciating, shameful, mocking death that he had to go through with joy. But we do know that in Bible it does say that he did cry out to God to let that cup pass over him, let him not have to go through this. But for what I've read in the Bible, the most part, it was joy for what he knew he was going to end up as. And that's sitting on the right hand of God in heaven. So it says, now he has sat down at the right side of God to rule with him in heaven. So think carefully about how Jesus lived on earth. Bad people did very bad things against him, but he continued to be strong. Think about him, and then you will not become weak as Christians. You will not stop trusting God. I read another one. It's the CEV DCI, another translation that says, such a large crowd of witnesses is all around us. So we must get rid of everything that slows us down. Come on. Especially that sin that just won't let go. And we must be determined to run the race that is ahead of us. We must keep our eyes on Jesus, who leads us and makes our faith complete. He endured the shame of being nailed to a cross because he knew later on that he would be glad that he did. Now he is seated at the right side of God's throne. So keep your mind on Jesus, who put up with many insults from sinners. Then you won't get discouraged and give up. Now, there's one other one that I kind of want to skip through. I'm not going to read the entire one. It's the Amplified version. The Amplified version is everything, but it does put extra words in it. So one part I did want to read is about what Jesus endured for the reason he endured it. So it says, just think of him who endured from sinners such grievous opposition and bitter hostility against himself. Reckon up and consider it all in comparison with your trials. So compare this to your trials so that you may not grow weary or exhausted, losing heart and relaxing and fainting in your minds. Remember, it was for the joy that was set before him that he endured this. So guys, run with patience and persistence this journey. So strip off the things that slow you down, that get in the way of you running this race well. Keep your eyes focused on Jesus, who is the leader and the source of our faith, so that we can finish well. Be reminded of what Jesus endured. Bitter people, hostility in life. But he kept his eye on the prize. He did not grow weary or exhausted. So guys, digest Hebrews 12, 1 through 3. And let that help you lead this life, run this race well.